Hello, thanks for being in a new video. This time I have first impressions of the HONOR MagicPad 2. Let's get started. As you notice, in this case I'm at the HONOR booth, so the tablet is practically tied up so no one is going to steal it. So come on over so I can tell you more about it. This is HONOR's new high-end tablet, and in this case it integrates some pretty interesting things at the design level, although it's a little tricky to show you the design of this tablet right now because it's tied up here. But as you notice, we can find it in two colors, moonlight white and black. In both cases, the back cover has an interesting construction so that it could be thinner, but at the same time more resistant. In fact, this tablet has the SGS 5-star certification against bending, let's say. It's going to be very unlikely that this tablet will end up bent after carrying it around too often in your backpack. It weighs in at just a few weights without considering the keyboard accessory, and it's only 5.8 millimeters thick. It is really very good in that aspect. As you can see, it will also be compatible with this special stylus, although they have not indicated if it will be included in the box or not. At the moment, this information is not available, but note the tremendous use we have of the front. The bezels are exaggeratedly thin. In fact, it's a screen that reaches 144 Hz in its refresh rate. Its resolution is 3000 by 1920 pixels, and it will offer an attenuation of 4320 Hz. So it's also an extremely comfortable screen for those occasions where you're going to use it at very low brightness. In fact, note that the lowest brightness is also considerably low, so it's going to be a really very comfortable tablet in that regard. It also integrates 8 speakers in total to give a fully stereo and wide sound. The front camera is 9 megapixels with f2.2 aperture. It's generally a camera that will be used for video calls, so I found it to be considerably okay. It has good width, although in this case by default it is that it uses the full width of the screen. But if you select the 4:3 aspect, I think you can have even more width. On the other hand, on the back, we will find a single camera of 13 megapixels with f-aperture 2.0. In this case, they do not bet on a multi-camera distribution as other Americans have done in the high end. From my point of view, having so many cameras on a tablet is unnecessary, so I like HONOR's bet of only incorporating a camera back here. The battery will be a 10,050 mAh and supports 66-watt charging like several HONOR products. But also note that it has a good heat dissipation system. And by the way, speaking of that, it comes with the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 processor that we have already tested on several occasions, and we conclude that it gives us very similar performance to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, and through artificial intelligence, it will also integrate some special features like being able to transcribe in real time some voice recordings that you make within the Notes app. It can even go around tagging different participants of those conferences in different languages. It will also have noise cancellation and will be able to intelligently recognize the formulas you type on the screen, although it's curious because it's a feature that Samsung had many years ago and then removed. So let's see if now that HONOR is taking it back, Samsung will also reintegrate it in its tablets. Since personally it is a feature that I used in college, then I liked it a lot, but it also has a feature to improve your handwriting and make it look much nicer. I don't know if it will be compatible with doctor's handwriting, but it's good enough. It also integrates the Magic Ring from macOS 8.0, with which you can link all your devices to work as one. It also has the Magic Portal to simply drag certain content directly to some applications and, for example, perform a search or upload some video and similar things just by dragging and dropping. You'll also find the Magic Capsule, which is simply a little floating button with tools like the timer, voice recorder, and some other little things. And finally, notice that you can swipe down with 3 fingers to be able to transfer some things to your global favorites, and after saving all this to your favorites, you can pick it up directly on your phone. And note that in this case, the floating windows will also work resized, something we had not seen so far. So if you can change their shape and proportion, it is not necessary that they keep the vertical view, and obviously you can move them along the entire screen. Let's see what other applications we can open, for example in split screen, also in floating mode. So I think you have good productivity tools to be able to work with several applications in different formats. Also, you can minimize them in this little sidebar. So in software, I think it comes considerably complete. But this has just been a first glimpse of this tablet. Its launch in Mexico has not yet been confirmed, so we do not know its price. But in Europe, its price is 599 euros. For now, we have reached the end of this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, you know you can tell us, and we'll see you next time.